The Force fights with me!
Let's go! You asked for Yes? Time to rumble! What?
This must be what Revan and Malik found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began. This is a map, some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malik must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found. I don't know, but Revan and Malik were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more, but I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Dantooine, and His-Manan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be. I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malik visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right? We can't ignore this. Finding the Starforge might very well be the key to defeating the Sith. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
What?
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate? You have come from the Jedi Council. Master Matali wishes to speak with you. I will inform him that you are here. Remain at this location until he arrives.
My protocol droid tells me you are here on behalf of the Council. I was beginning to think my demands had been ignored, though I think your time would be better spent interrogating the Sandals as to the whereabouts of my son Shen. Many years ago, I brought my family here to Dantooine to escape the crush of humanity on the core worlds. Soon after we settled here, the Sandals arrived, and they have been a plague upon my house ever since.
Somehow I imagine the story from the Sandals would sound just about the same, don't you?
The injustices the Sandals have committed against the Matales are far too numerous to name. But the Council is well aware of our many disputes. Recently, I discovered several Sandral droids trespassing on my land. I have no idea what nefarious purpose lay behind their arrival. My own assassination, perhaps? Destruction of my property? Maybe a simple spy mission? I wasn't about to find out. My own security droids destroyed the invaders. Not a single one survived. It was shortly after this incident that Shen, my only son and heir to the Matali estate, vanished. Obviously, Nurik, the unscrupulous head of the Sandral clan, has abducted my son in retaliation for the destruction of his droids. The only resolution possible is the immediate return of my son. Why does the Council insist on stalling? The life of my son is at stake. Is it possible? Yes, of course. Now I understand. I am a man of the world, Jedi. I know how things are done. I will make a contribution of 1,000 credits to the Council in exchange for rescuing Shen from the Sandrals. I will present the credits directly to you, of course. Whether the Council ever learns of this donation is completely up to you. 2,000? Your greed is outstripped only by your utter lack of any sense of proportion, Jedi.
2,000. Even if you would pay such a fee, what could you possibly need so many credits for?
For that price, I could purchase enough droids to destroy the entire Sandral estate. 2,000 is out of the question. Nevertheless, my offer still stands. 1,000 credits for Shen's safe return. Know, however, that I will not sit idly by much longer. Eventually, I will take whatever action is necessary to rescue my son, including razing the entire Sandral estate.
You would be willing to risk open war over this?
It is the Sandrals who have started this, not I.
And here I thought you would blame us if we failed. It seems everyone is responsible for your actions, except for you.
I don't need to stand here and listen to such impertinence.
I'm impressed, Carl. That interjection was very Jedi-like.
What can I say? You pick up a few things.
I'm afraid Alana's not just making idle threats. He is rash and foolish enough to attempt a full assault on the Sandral estate. Such action would result in an all-out war between the families.
I've seen men like Alan Matali before. He's so convinced that his hatred is justified, he's prepared to do anything. And if we don't intervene, there will be war.
Until you find Shen, Jedi, we have nothing further to discuss. I suggest you hurry south to their estate, lest I take matters into my own hands.
Out of this again. Since you haven't given us enough money, I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please! Take my wife and children instead. Anything!
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea.
Ah!
fight with me! So be it!
What can I do?
What?
Achuta, wonga kun bis dolbi kikuyana. Dong patugas makdelia. Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun be. Muchashak pakant. Kieno no namapaule rachiku ka kunjus takniki grabul mogo. Kachichu litabo. Chedu badawana nidi bogo. Dong nabung. Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching ka chikun ita hodonga. Iki tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Ita poe tikito. Dolpa. Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba muda. Tungling chatukunde. Mirabes. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palaka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Slimo. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba. Muchashak pakant.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handed standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handed to the prison he belongs in?
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? Really? Well, then I assure you, on my reputation, I had nothing to do with the killing. I will help you with the case as best I can, though. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there. And all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river. And I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Greetings, Padawan. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here in Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Paul Donetic, Ricard Lusoff, and Hamden Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be...
Akupa Chekupa? Gino Mulera Kintaija, Slimo Duama? Lunda di Hotonga kun Hunkabi, Takunjas Takmiki, Grabelmogo, Kachichu Ita Bodunga, Tolbabank, Jedabaduana Nidibobo, Tonga Bungsha Nunya, Tong Haitwam Jiji Jung Lumpa, Nita Poe Tikito, Dolpa da Bonqual Muchashat Pakat, Kieno Dam. Akupa Chekupa? Gino Mulera. Tong Haitwam Jiji Jung Lumpa, Nita Poe Tikito, Dolpa da Bonqualea Gondonan Chuchu, Kachi Chuta Kunjus Takmiki Grabelmogo, Kachichu Ita Bodunga, Dolbabank, Kachikun Ita Hodonga, Ikinkuno, Muchashat Pakat.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further assistance? Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. How can I be? I was taking my daily constitution. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to...
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him, especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, what do you... I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Iriads. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, pow, went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now? So, what... You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. So, well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So. Right.
Ako pa, Cheko pa. Gino mulira kentaija, kislimu po duama? Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun be ka chi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulirachi. Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun be ching. Ako pa, Cheko pa. Gino mulira. Mucha shot bakat. Kitunda di hotonga kun hanka. Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita po e tikito. Dolpa da bo.
Is there any other information you need? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in the cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you... Very well.
So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. I hope you don't find that incriminating. You know, normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Nettick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be... Of course.
So, what do you want to know? Right.
Is there any other information you need? Very well.
Ako pa, Cheko pa. Gino mulira kentaija, kislimu po duama? Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Kachi kun runda di hotong. Ako pa, Cheko pa. Gino mulira. Takong stak Miki grabel mopo. Kachichu ita bodunga. chikun ita hodonga. Mucho shot bakant.
Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right.
Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew. I hardly have even an Erie. I would mostly... How can I be of... Of course.
Akupa chekopa. Gino mulera kempaija. Slima podwama. Akupa chekopa. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunutek. Tukni ka chikun ita hodonga. Yiking ku mujashak bakant.
Is there any other information you need? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? Injured? No, of course not. Of course.
Is there any other information you need? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a... We cannot get any more specific analysis. Is there any... Very well.
So, what do you want to know? Right.
Akupa chekopa. Gino mulera kempaija. Slima podwama. Tong abom sha umina. Wanda kumbis king balemura. Runda di hotonga kun. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jeda badawana ni di bobo. Tong na bungsha nununya. Tong patukash mata kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Torbabank wale oganda nalu chuchut. Mogasha ponga. hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamutong abom sha umino. Wanga ta kum just tak miki grabel moto. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabang wale oganda naru chuchut. Ogesha ponka bola wanchi. Mule slimo hodadala kumbis mule rabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno pa mule rachikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching patong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gandonan chuchut. Damn you.
Damn both of you.
Ta kumjus tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Dolbabank waleo ganda naru. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno patong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo.
Well done. I'm impressed. I'm not sure I could have done as well.
Achuta. Wonga kumbis dolbi kikuyama. Dong patugas ma elea.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate? The council. If you are here because of Shen Matali's disappearance, you are wasting your time. The Sandals are not involved. This is nothing but a Matali witch hunt. Nurek left orders he was not to be disturbed, but given the circumstances, I will make an exception. Go into the main hall. Nurek will meet with you there.
I have been informed by my protocol droid that you wish to speak to me. Cassius is dead? I was afraid of this. Yet in my heart I knew it must be true. What happened to my son? Cath hounds? I was so certain the Matali family was to blame. But this changes nothing. My own son is dead. Why should I shed one tear about the disappearance of my bitter enemy's son?
Typical. Anything to continue the feud which has become so customary to you people.
I must ask you something, though it is difficult for me. My son had a diary, his private, personal thoughts. Now that he is gone, I have nothing else to remember him by. Please, the diary means more to me than it ever could to you. I will give you 100 credits for its return. You think you can exploit a father's grief? I loved my son, but I am no fool. You shall get nothing from me. May the curse that brought Cassius to his death be on your head as well.
This man just lost his son. I can't believe you're trying to squeeze extra credits out of him.
Your actions show you are overly focused on material wealth. This is not the way of the Jedi. You will have to learn to let go of your greed if you wish to walk in the light.
We have nothing further to discuss. Please, leave me to my grief.
You are here from the Council, are you not? Looking for Shen Matale? I thought you would listen to me. I thought the Jedi were compassionate and kind. I shouldn't have spoken to you at all. I've just made everything worse.
The Council would not approve of your actions here. Perhaps we should find this girl and try to help her.
You made your wishes clear to me the last time we talked. I won't bother you anymore, though I would ask you to leave our estate. This is private property. I did not realize the Jedi were such bullies. Unfortunately, there is little I can do if you refuse to respect my wishes. I shall not bother you anymore.
Nurik has nothing more to say to you. He left strict instructions he was not to be disturbed under any circumstances. I am not programmed for battle, but I will not open the gates except for those on official family business. Even if you destroy me, you will not be able to get in. And tomorrow another droid will be programmed to take over my duties.
You made your wishes clear to me the last time we talked. I won't bother you anymore, though I would ask you to leave our estate. This is private property. Apologize? Then you will help me. My name is Rahasia. Nurik is my father. He has not been himself since Cassus disappeared. He is mad with grief, and he is convinced the Metales are responsible. He's not thinking rationally. Cassus is dead? It is as I feared. Though I'm relieved the Metales are not responsible. My father is a good man. When my mother died, he raised me and my brother by himself. He loves his children, and we love him. I just don't want you to judge him too harshly. You must understand that father has been under a terrible strain. I have no wish to disobey him, but there are matters where even my father's authority is not absolute. My father has kidnapped Shen Matale. He is holding him prisoner here in the compound. He feels this is a way to get back at the Metales, a way to get even for the disappearance of my brother Cassus.
I see. Well, there is the answer we seek. The Jedi Council should be informed of this at once.
You don't think that perhaps there's more to look at here, do you? That maybe everything isn't what it appears?
Of course not. It seems very simple to me. The Council must be allowed to decide the next step.
No. Since Cassus went missing, my father has become unstable. He might hurt him if you do that. He no longer even cares if the Metales are responsible for what happened to Cassus. I am afraid my father will simply kill Shen out of a mad, misguided lust for vengeance. Shen is an innocent victim in all this. My father is not a bad man, but his grief has driven him to madness. He must be stopped. Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. Take this key. It will open an unguarded door at the rear of the estate. You and Shen can make your escape through there. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope. Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope. Forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. There are many... Please...
Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father? As you wish. I have no quarrel with you. Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father? Rescue me? No. I won't leave. It's too dangerous. It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that. If you do that, I'll scream my head off and alert all the guards in the house. The only chance you have is to talk Rahasia into leaving. If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. Though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her back on her home and family. Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matali? But if she will not go, then I too shall stay. I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's wrath because I escaped. Thank you.
What are you doing here? Have you found Shen yet? Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droids sees me wandering the halls, Father will get suspicious. I can't risk it, but I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I will meet you outside the gates. I will wait as long as I can, but you must hurry.
Uh-huh.
I'm here.
What?
You're back. Have you spoken to Rahasia? I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear, but I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia waiting.
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia! Oh, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
What? You're just doing this for the reward?
How could you? I thought you...
There you are, Shen.
Father!
Mr. Matale.
Rahasia!
Father!
Mr. Sandro!
Nurik!
Alan!
I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
No, Father, don't do this!
We don't always need to be fighting like this.
It's gone too far for that, Rahasia. Alan has crossed the line one too many times.
Ha! For what you've done to me and my family, I will see you dead and rotting in the ground.
Are you mad? They will slaughter each other.
What are you doing? You trying to get everyone here killed?
No, don't!
This has all gone horribly wrong somewhere. Alan, what can we be thinking? How could we have let this go this far? We are at each other's throats now, fighting over our children's lives when they are old enough to live their own.
He is my son! How can he disrespect my wishes like this?
What?
No! I never did anything to your son.
I knew you were lying, you dog. And to think I thought it might not have been you. So I'll take your son from you.
Father, no! Don't do it!
Die!
Shen! Die!
No! Rahasia! I'll kill you!
The Master has been injured. Terminate all opposition. Destroy the invaders.
Let's make this quick.
What can I do?
Ready?
What?
I'm here.
Sure.
You asked for this! How'd you like this? Let's go!
Then I suggest we...
As I said, I am C-842, a personal assistance droid. Although in recent months the assistance I render seems to have taken on a disproportionate significance. Did she send you to find me? Please do not tell her you saw me. Yes, but I have my reasons. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even. She tried to treat me as her dead husband. It was not healthy for her. She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people, and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those cat hounds. I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people. Please, will you destroy me? What? No! You'd make her suffer like that? You monster!
Thank you.